welcome to Opally Hour, and today we have Moomin issue 87. Got 3 more and then I have caught up and we'll be waiting for the next shipment. So today we are going to be doing 2 windows. You know how I feel about windows, although I've been given a good idea on my channel of how I can secure these windowsills, so I will be practicing that today. We are also going to be making some herbs, so a couple of things I'm going to be doing first on this is I'm going to get the painting done on the inside of the windows, and I'm going to start getting this clay because these sticks as such need to dry separately before you ever try and tie them together or anything, so I'm going to get that done. Anyway, what do we have? We have Marquis Mongaga. Trying to think of my wording. It's not that. I will think of it. And again, it tells you about their relationships, so they're friends, and dreams of being his own man. All right. In a rich man's circle. Okay. My riches keep me from my innermost dream, being a bohemian like you, wild and free. Marquis. I'm sure that's probably, I think it's right. Chaos in Moomin Valley. The Martian invasion. Oh no. I bet this was out at the same time as some sort of, like the, I wonder if it would have been around about the time that Close Encounters came out, that sort of thing. I wonder. Anyway, or the other one. Was it Close Encounters? There's one before that. Can't think what it's called. And then we have our instructions, so we're going to be doing the windows like I say, and then we're working on the herbs. So I'm thinking I'm going to get this going first along with that painting, so let me show you what we have, and then I will get cracking as I drop everything. That sounds about right, doesn't it? So we've got a couple of window fronts, bearing in mind that's the windowsill there. We have our pieces here. I'm going to just get the wood ones out for the moment. Again, when you're painting them, because you want to paint the inside, just make, I can't even get them out. Just make sure that they are facing opposite each other. I would also get these windows glued in, but I will do that afterwards. And I will show you that. So this might be reasonably quick from your point of view, and I have my gloves and my paints ready for the clay, so I'm kind of organised this time. So let me get started on getting this painting and that done, and I'll get a window done at the same time. So like I say, just make sure that they are, the ends are the same, and all 4 pieces I believe are the same. Yeah, the windows are made the same way. So I'm going to make sure that I have them like opposite each other in pairs to make sure that we do that, and then we paint the one with the lip. So, and that's going to be the same with all of them. So let me do one so I show you, just in case you haven't seen any of the other videos on this. I'm sure you have by now, right? It needs 2 coats. I just use marker, I don't use paints. And these clay vegetables, I was thinking about whether I want to do them, but I think if I organise it right, then we should be okay. It's just a lot of waiting around for those sticks to dry, so I'll have to come back to it. So that's how those ones are done, just straight. The next coat will be a lot better, and normally the first time I use these markers on any given time, they're a little bit more wishy-washy. Maybe if I kept them like this or something, it would mean that they would come out a lot quicker. You don't know. And then I'm going to get the clay done. So I'm going to get all this done. Then I'll get probably get the windows in, although it's not such a rush. And those need 2 coats for the marker. I'll push those to one side for the moment. Get this window going. We are going to be using a Newbie 7000 today. So get that going, because that can sit there, and again I'll just show you one. I'm assuming that's ready to go. I have to be careful, it's a new one, so it'll probably come out really fast. So again, I'm going to put it on the end with the flat side rather than the curved side. You can see they're curved. And put them in. There's like slightly holes here. That seems to be a good way for me to remember what's what. Helps if I peel a window off ready to rock and roll. And I'm going to get that done off camera. I will show you what I'm doing with the sticks, and then when I get to do the vegetables themselves, I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. I want to be careful on this because I've got paint on this, or marker on this hand. And I'm going to put the green one when I make the green stalks. I'm going to put that in a bag because I'll be using it again for the actual herbs type. And all they're doing to make them different is slightly different colours of green. One of them has a little bit of black. It doesn't have black at all, it has brown on it to make it look a different herb, I guess. Put those on there. Doesn't need much. I'm going to drop the glass in and let that sit. Oops. Try and get it right first time. And I'm not pressing it down or anything. I'm just going to put it to one side. Alright, I'm going to go and get all that done and I'll be back. Alright, so I've got everything with one coat in the windows done. So I'm going to take my clay and basically make 3 parts. One small one for the brown and 2 large ones for the green, because we're going to need the actual herbs themselves. Got my gloves on this time, not going to make that mistake again. So I'm going to start with the green because that's lighter in colour. So let's have a bigger one here. I'm just using these ones, had them for years. This one's called an emerald green, and the more you put in, the more vibrant as such it would be, I guess. I'll just put a little bit on for now. Maybe a bit more. Right, and to do the stalks, which is the first bit I'm going to do, make sure that this is well in there. At the moment it's very mixed between white and green. And what I found best, as much as they say to use a crafting knife, what I found best to cut it out is scissors. So I'm just going to roll this, and again found this to be pretty good. They suggest a ruler to push it down and flatten it, but like I say, I found the purple things to be reasonable. And all you're trying to do is at this, well, all I'm trying to do at this stage is make the branches, because those have to sit for a little while and dry, because then you're going to tie them together. And I think you need, if I remember rightly, and I'll check this, I think you need 5 of each sort, 5 of each colour. This is my pale green. Doesn't matter if it breaks like that. Let me just check how many I do need. I don't even have the book open, still going from memory. 4 to 5. Okay, so I am going to get some old scissors and I'm going to cut, doesn't say how long, but 5mm strips, and then roll them and stretch them. It does it say how long in the first place? No. So I guess it's as long as you want them. So bearing in mind where they're going. It's very stretchy stuff. So that's kind of one. Well, we lost a bit, and that's probably okay. Because what I'm going to do, actually, maybe it's easier. Just take a piece off and roll it into a worm, really. And keep rolling it until it's a very long worm. Ugh. Not very keen on worms. They do great for the garden. I'm just going there. I know this. They're good for nature. Phobias. And it's probably actually going to be long enough for all 5. And then you're going to need some thread, like string or something like that, to, once they're dry, to bunch them together, and then you decorate them afterwards with whatever herb you're going to make it look like. I don't think my herbs are going to have any name. Oh no, stay away from each other. Oh no, it was looking so good. Alright, I'll put them together then. You can join in too, might as well. So just try and get them quite thin. Like I say, they say about ½ centimetre, 0.5 mil, half a millimetre. So really, really thin. Not sure I can get them that thin, to be honest with you. The idea, I think, is have a go. It doesn't hurt to have a go. And it is crafty, and it's a little bit different to what we normally do. Although we do seem to be getting more crafty with this stove anyway. What with the bread, or the kitchen, the bread, and then the onions, and now this. So we need 5 or 6. Obviously it's bigger than 0.5 millimeters, so I'm just going to cut one. I'm going to put this on my drying area. Try to knock over my wood glue because that was sitting there, kind of there. 2. Stay away from each other. Don't join. 3. That was a bit smaller. I'll roll it a bit more. 4. And 5. And then I'm going to do the same as that to a brown, which I picked that brown here, and another green, a darker green. So I'm going to do the other green first because it's going to go on my gloves. We know it will. And it saves me keep changing the gloves in between the colours. And I'm going to keep the greens because we'll be needing them for the herbs. And this is just the one that I cut off. Oh, come back. Right, I'm going to get and do that. So I'm just making 5 of each one, and hopefully we can bunch them together to look like herbs. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as thin as theirs. Well, I know it's not, but it's a start. And I brought some little plastic bags that I've had over from different projects, and I'm just going to shove the colours in there that I'm going to need. Brown I won't be needing again. Hey, come back over here. So I'm only doing stalks with brown, and then you get to do a few tiny pieces of paint, which I can do separately. So I just don't want this to dry out. Alright, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so the stalks are done. Got the bag, got brown over, won't be needing that again. Not for this one, I'm going to keep hold of it and hope that the clay's okay. And I got the 2 greens shades, which we will need. The windows are done and sitting drying. The paint is almost dry. Had a slight accident with this one here, but the green fell on top of it, so there's a little bit of green there, and it went onto the side. I painted, of course, and I did wash it, but decided we'd just go with the other side. So I'm going to keep my 2 greens out when need goes again. So what we'll do is we'll get on with these frames, the bit I hate, and we will go from there. So first things first, they will get you to put the frame together. Know how to do that. We'll do that afterwards, and we will use some tacky glue to do these. So let's see. Need to just make sure we got it the right way round. And which one do we want where? Need the stair looking ones at the top. And we've got 2 of those, so those go to the top. The rounder looking ones, hopefully you can see that a bit better. There you go to the bottom, and the same here. This one will go over here, and then we've got our 2 windowsills. So let me get those and get those all clamped in using the smaller clamps, which I haven't got out ready, just so you know. So let us start. Alright, move this one to one side, a bit easier. So I'm going to start with the top ones, get those going on both of them. And you want it on the, not that side, you want it on this side where you've got a few lines down here. Get rid of the glue. Let's try that again. Hey, I did it right on one. Had a 50-50 chance, right? So you want to make sure you've got a flat part at the top as well, and it goes thinner towards the bottom, like so. Doing 2 together here, it's risky. And then clamp it. So line it up and clamp it. And then we'll let those dry. And then we'll put the windowsills on and we will try the new method. It was a really good idea. I'm just going to try and clamp it right in the middle there. Line it up like so. Put that the other way around. Be a bit easier, wouldn't it? No point making it more difficult. Yes, I still haven't glued my clamps. Oh, this one's loose on both sides. And just reline it out because the clamp knocked it all out. One going, and put the second one going too. This one's very sticky on the back where I put that glue. No surprise, right? And line it up at the bottom there. It's a bit of a balancing act, isn't it? Can't get one on there. No, hold on. Okay, I'll put one on this edge as well because I can see that's slightly raised. And this one, and I might do the same with the other one. Got 3 clamps on that one. I'll get 2 more small clamps. Maybe I can use the bigger ones. Big ones just on the sides. This one's quite lined up actually, but I think I've only got 6 of each type. Okay, and now those are doing that. I will do these bottom ones, making sure that you have a flat edge going up towards the top as well to put the windowsill on. So leave enough space to put your windowsill, and we will try the new method when we get to that stage, but it's going to take a moment to dry. It doesn't have to be fully dry, but it has to have at least taken. So again, I start off with smaller clamps and then put bigger ones on the sides to make sure it's up the right way, and maybe I can get it right this time. I've had a few successes. I mean, you know, better than it was. I'm gonna have to hold this closer to me, guys. and show you afterwards. So you're really lining these ones up with the bottom. That one said no, and that came off. Almost there. Almost there. Needs a little bit of a wiggle. Okay, the main one's on. This main one fell off. I might have taken actually. Okay, and we will get this one on. And the same goes. You want to line it up with the bottom edge. And then if I need to, I'll get some on the side. I see the other one's gone out of skew a little bit, so I'm going to need to move that one. I'm going to leave these a moment and repaint the wood, and that'll give this a moment or two to do its thing. Ah, had that one too, I shouldn't have touched it. Okay, just line this one up a bit better. This one's almost taken actually. She says, and then it moves the whole thing. Alright, you get the principle anyway. I'll line these up and I will be back. Well, I ended up with visitors, so these definitely have had time. So, take these off, get the window sills on, see if this other method will work, and then we can get those frames put together. So, let's get some glue. Use the tacky. Haven't put the lid. These are dried. I don't know if you can see, but they've dried really well. Getting better at doing these. This one could have done with holding down on the end more. But alright, so let's see what we can do. Put this on here, even it out, and I have brought the other clamps out, so we'll give it a go. And they've had plenty of time to dry, because that's always the concern. Huh, what do you know? Right, I'm going to put that to one side there, and do the same with this one, which has the protectors on, so that's handy. Glue all over me. Oh, you know, I just took the glue off that I put on there. Wow. I worry about my sanity, I really do. It was too much anyway, right? That's what I'm going with. And pop this one on the same. Just make sure that the curved part is towards the window frame. I'd like to say we don't have many more of these left, but I bet we do. And lined up, and I'm just going to do the same again. Oh, this one needs to come out a bit more. Not that far. And that will hold it down, and we can leave that in this wood of taken by the time we get that frame done. Huh. What do you know? Thank you very much for that comment. And then all we got left to do is this, which I can always do afterwards. So, let's see. We can make the frame and put the windows on. Let me grab those windows. Been sitting on my windowsill ready to rock and roll. Just make sure that there's no glue strings. There is one on this one. Probably should have caught that first. It just looks like the windows got packed. And this one's okay. Alright, not going to worry. Okay, so again, this side on the inside like so, and the curved side facing that way. So time for some wood glue now. And then we put the window in afterwards, and then we put that frame on, so I'll give those a minute to sit there. I was able to give this another coat of acrylic marker pens, and one, just make sure that they are all facing the right way. Puppy got lots of attention, so she'll be tired out. And some play. And that you have the white on the inside. It's definitely tighter than some of them. Oh, caught my thumb. Make sure it's in all the way. And then this one needs to go down too. And have the other part put on straight away, and then we can even put the windows on. So again, just going to double check myself, and we can make the other one up at the same time. And then we got out, all we got left is our herbs, which should also, I'm hoping, be dry. I'm not sure how long that clay takes to dry in reality. It's a bit of an unknown. Almost did it wrong. Okay. And I use B7000. Just pop those windows in. I'm pretty sure that's what I normally do. Get around the right way in a minute. Doesn't matter on this one which ends you put in. I think there was one window we did, whoops, and it definitely mattered. You couldn't put it in the wrong way. But this one, ambidextrous, doesn't matter. That's what I'm going with. Just make sure they're all the way down. And hello. That's not quite how we want you. And then we should be able to put the frames on, and this will be this whole part done. Then don't forget, with this one you have to put on what the issue is, which was number 87. Then we get and do these herbs and get that done. And it says to tie those bits that I did with some, what was it called? String. It wasn't a difficult word, but in my head obviously it was. And then put my pin on, but I have no idea where that's gone. Check the floor. Yep, that's where it was. And we'll put these windows in, and then attach the frames with some more wood glue. So when I moved this paper, it made everything jump. This doesn't really need to be clamped. Just make sure that the plastic side goes down. So the side which had all those little bobbles on that I used, just make sure that that goes down and it's pushed all the way in, like so. Which once we clamp the other part on, it'll be fine anyway. Almost done. You see where I messed up with that green I've got on it. But it's okay. Right. This is fine. So, doesn't matter really which way round it goes. Just avoid getting the glue on the window. and line that up, and I will clamp that. It's going to have bigger clamps. Oh. Don't do that. That does not help. My window fell out now. There we go. Let's try that again then. I mean, with these frames, there isn't a right way or a wrong way, really. Every time I do that, it slightly moves. Right, finally, get a couple of bigger clamps for the other one. And we will get this one glued up, ready to rock and roll. This one, of course, has had a minute or two with the B7000 to hold the window in, so hopefully it won't keep popping out like the other one. All they need to do is have a little bit of a grip, really. And let's release this. Oh, it's definitely not perfect. To do that, I'm going to also put a clamp on the end of this one if I can. Maybe the other way. Maybe I'll do that with both of them. You say my puppy's going to be all tired out because we have visitors in play. She's looking at me like, no, that's not how it is. We had a good play in the garden. She's learnt now to play fetch the ball and bring it back, which is pretty happy with. Wrong end anyway. These are definitely better for doing this. Okay. And the last thing we need to do is just put this arch on, and these can then get labelled and ready to rock and roll. And again, you can just do a bit of wood glue on here. Doesn't really need much. It's just decorative. Then we will get on and do these clay things, which I will get gloves out for. It's kind of a small clamp holding them in. One that side and one the other. I have finally stuck a few of these clamps. I was using these ones so I couldn't use those, but I did stick a few. Right, let me go and get my clay stuff. Alright, I realised we weren't recording, so what I did was I took my string, separated it out so it was slightly smaller. I've done a couple already, made it into a partial knot. Can't believe I didn't record. Shove this through like so. And I did 5 on each colour, but it doesn't really matter. And then tighten the knot. And pick up the other. So they're not totally like dry. I don't really know what I was expecting totally. But and then just go on, go in, don't be shy. You go in. This is so high up. Right, get them all in there and then remove the string. I just don't want them sticking to each other, but I think they're too dry to stick to each other. I guess that's the thing here. And I just knot them and trim it all up And then I will get ready, and then I will need the gloves. So I did put gloves on originally to do this, but it's kind of dry enough. So they can be kind of shaped differently, so then you just trim it all up. And if you want to have less at the bottom, or like this one's really long, maybe you'd want to trim that in. I'm gonna let it go. You know, when you look at the size of some of this to then the Moomins that come with them, if they were having to use these herbs, they would have needed to have gone to a muscle trainer. That's what I reckon. Okay, so we got our 3 bunches. Next, what we need to do, let me get my gloves on. Right, next what we need to do is take the 2 colours that I saved and get a brown marker, which I have not. But I might just do some of these and cut small pieces off. So I found that the craft knife doesn't work particularly well on this, but you want basically tiny pieces of different greens. So if you've got darker green, you may want that with the lighter stalks. Probably need more than what I'm doing right now. I'm going to see how we put them on. I'm guessing it's going to be glue. Let's see. Okay, you dip the stems and then roll them in the leaves. So I guess we could just do lots of different colours and you roll them in the leaves. But I don't know how they get them to look so different, so I'm thinking we colour code here. So these ones will go with here. And I'm going to have to get my bigger pot of glue out in order to do this. So those are all those ones. Oh, I've got a couple more dark ones here. And a brown or 2. Oops. Move out the way. Or I just cover it in glue. What do you think? Maybe I'll use a little bit of the brown. I had put it away, but maybe I'll get that out again and use a little bit of the brown so it looks like some of the herbs are going off, I guess. Something like that. Cut this one a bit smaller. Anyway, this is the principle that they have, is that. So a little bit of brown now. And then you dip the leaves in some glue. I will need to go and get a pot or something, or put it in a little baggie. That might work. Something like this. I think we're going to need more. So I'm going to get some more of the darker one out for that one. And maybe this one too, the brown one, because it'll stand out. And then we're back. So all you do is basically roll it like we did before. Except I'm not getting so much paint colour come out now, so that's good. And then just snip it into tiny pieces like I just did. And let me get on and do that, and we will show the dipping. Alright, so use wood glue, mix it with a little bit of water, and dip your sticks as such in there, and then in the pile of bits. This is the principle. Something like this. Oh, way too far up. Don't drop it in there. Looks like a bunch of broccoli. What do you think? That kind of works, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to do the rest like that. And get some more of this dark green done for the brown one, and then get some brown done and light green for that, and I will show you how they looked when they're done. Obviously I need to dry. Alright, these are how my herbs ended up. It's not terrible. I'm going to put these to one side to dry. Oh. And then I will just, so all you then do is take the convection extract fan above the cooker in the house where we put the onions to that string and you put them on the other side. You can make more. I've had enough. It actually got quite boring. Anyway, Moomin 88 is next. That was all there was to do on this one. And Moomin 88 we get to do, well, we do get to do the rope ladder. I don't know why they said it was going to be on 91. 88, right? Yeah. And we're also going to do the exterior wall. I think this is the first wall that we made. We will be putting on this paneling. And that is something to look forward to. We have 22 issues left and I think this is finished. Okay, please do like and subscribe. That way you will be updated of any new content. And if you'd like to leave a comment, leave it below the video, or you can email me at opallyhour@outlook.com, and I will reply to you there as well. And most of all, do take care of yourselves, and I hope you're enjoying the build. Take care, guys. Bye.